Hey everyone! Welcome to Whispers of Turkish Stars. All the behind-the-scenes details are here, so make sure you subscribe and share before we dive in. Thank you for being with us. The heat around Barış Baktaş and Yağmur Yüksel, one of the most watched couples of the moment, hasn't cooled in the slightest. Their tender connection, which grew in the glow of Yali Kapkini and followed them beyond the set, has been a staple in the rumor mill for months. But Yağmur's decision to lead a new project opposite the seasoned and charismatic Kenan İmirzalıoğlu has reportedly ignited a jealous storm that Barış is struggling to weather. Those who know him say he's trying to mask the agitation under playful posts and a confident facade, yet it slips through in the quiet moments. Sources tied to the production insist that when Barış first heard about the more intimate scenes planned for Yağmur and Kenan, he didn't take it lightly. It spread quickly that rehearsals were realistic and physically close, and although everyone calls it pure professionalism, the images in Barış's head told a different story. Meanwhile, Yağmur, tightly focused on her role, is said to have told friends that certain moments require full presence and absolute trust, and that she would rather own those scenes herself than let anyone else imagine being in her position. She's been doubling down on preparation, determined to deliver work that speaks for itself. Yet every hour she invests seems to feed his unease, and the gap between their schedules has opened a crack for insecurity to slip in. Whispers claim that Barış has been more reactive online than usual, dropping quotes that sound suspiciously personal. In one post, he wrote that only true emotions belong in certain parts, a line that sent fans into a frenzy guessing who and what he meant. The comments sections exploded, and within hours it became a trending topic. While the crowd dissected every syllable, Kenan İmirzalıoğlu stayed in his usual lane of dignified silence, letting the work do the talking. As rehearsals deepened, word from the set painted a picture of strong on-screen harmony between Kenan and Yağmur. The energy is said to be magnetic, clean, and precise, the kind of match that lifts every frame. Insiders believe that what the camera sees will be undeniable. Away from the lights, though, another narrative is forming, that Barış has gone quieter with Yağmur, fewer late-night check-ins, fewer playful exchanges, and some distance that wasn't there before. People close to Yağmur say she's pouring herself into the part and is tired of fielding doubts when she wants steady support. This week, celebrity circles watched that undercurrent evolve into open concern. The relationship between Barış Baktaş and Yağmur Yüksel, once the triumphant tale of two rising stars, has met a sharp test after the Kenan news landed. Those who followed their journey know they've faced the lens together with grace, but this time the friction feels heavier. When Barış learned about the romantic sequences penned into the new script, observers noticed a change in his tone. Even his closest friends reportedly saw him retreat into himself, not out of anger at Yağmur, but because of everything the role could look like from the outside. It doesn't help that details of the soft, intimate scenes leaked early and were looped endlessly on social feeds. All the noise only amplified the tension. And while Barış wrestled with that, Yağmur locked in at work, showing up to rehearsals day after day, building rhythm with Kenan, and showing the quiet strength that first won her a loyal audience. As she leaned into the challenge, he kept peeking at his phone, checking times and call sheets, calling her after long days to ask how late things might run. Team members around Yağmur noticed those calls coming more often, and while many sympathize, jealousy is human, it's said that constant questioning began to wear on the room. The narrative online mirrors that discomfort. Followers poured over each of Barış's posts, reading them as coded notes of envy. Another line he shared, that some things are meant to remain only between two people, was reposted thousands of times. Comments flooded in asking whether he was aiming those words at the new partnership, pleading with him to trust her, or warning that pressure could push her away. Through all of that, Kenan kept quiet and professional, eyes on the work. Yağmur, true to her public image, made no statement about her private life. She let her choices do the speaking, staying consistent with the standard she's maintained across projects. Leaks from the crew kept emphasizing the same point: Kenan and Yağmur are in sync on set, and what they've built so far could light up the screen. It's the kind of chemistry that's rare, and that's exactly why it rattles fragile places. If you've been watching their social footprint, you probably noticed the shift too. The playful posts between Barış and Yağmur have slowed, joint snapshots have become scarce, and fans have speculated about whether they've muted each other's updates. The idea of a brief separation began to surface, though neither has confirmed anything. According to those in Yağmur's circle, she's been emotionally drained by the constant suspicion and just wants her work to be seen for what it is. Many tabloid voices are calling this the first visible fracture in a love story that once looked unshakable. Keep in mind, they tried hard to keep what was theirs away from cameras in the early days, guarding it from exactly this. Now they're facing a test that's happening out in the open, with everyone ready to judge the ending before the story finishes. And there's another twist coming, the premiere of Yağmur's new series. Some predict that once the first episode airs, the tension will spike all over again. As the date creeps closer, the tabloids have revved up. The romance between Barış and Yağmur is back at the front of the conversation, propelled by a fresh wave of jealous chatter. Reports say that the moment Barış learned that Yağmur would be acting opposite Kenan İmirzalıoğlu, his first reaction was raw and immediate. Friends say he calmed himself down later, but that early jolt set the tone. It's a tough reality when your partner's talent pulls them into roles that require closeness with someone else, and that someone else is one of the most respected names in the country. Yali Kapkini made them a beloved duo on and off screen, and ever since, their names have been paired in every room they walk into. Breaking that image, even for one project, feels bigger than it should. Add in a sophisticated script that asks for vulnerability, and the mix is combustible. Those who know Barış say he's not angry at Yağmur's ambition, he's anxious about the public's imagination, which has a way of turning fiction into something that gnaws at real life. Everyone around the set repeats the same line: the chemistry between Kenan and Yağmur is strictly professional and meticulously crafted. The director reportedly praised the trust they built, the eye contact that reads clean on camera, the timing that clicks. But praise for the work hasn't cut through the noise back home. That's why, according to whispers, the phone calls from Barış have been frequent. He asks how the day went, which scenes were shot, how many takes it took, who stayed late. At first, it was sweet and concerned. Over time, it began to feel like an audit. And though Yağmur appreciates his interest, some say she winces when the phone lights up right after a heavy rehearsal. She wants him to be proud, to see the bigger picture, to believe that what the audience will witness is just craft. Yet it's hard to soothe worry that keeps looking for new places to land. Those around her hope that after the premiere, with the project's tone clear to everyone, the tension will soften. Online, the debate rages. Fans pick apart every message and screenshot, trying to decode what's going on without being in the room. One of Barış's latest captions, insisting that certain portrayals must never cross the line between duty and desire, set comment sections on fire. It was read as an unmistakable reference to the Kenan partnership, and within hours people were tagging Yağmur, asking for reassurance. Others defended her, reminding everyone that she has always delivered excellent work without compromising her boundaries. Kenan's silence stays unbroken, the mark of a veteran who knows better than to feed a blaze. Yağmur has posted a few serene images from set, a script on a chair, a blurred light rig, a quiet corridor, and nothing more. The crew continues to whisper about how well the scenes are shaping up, promising that audiences will be surprised by the maturity of the storytelling. That praise is a double-edged sword, both validating and, for some watching from the outside, hard to digest. And then there's the question every follower keeps asking: are Barış and Yağmur still together the way they were? The absence of joint posts, the hints of space, and the talk of unfollowing each other's pages have fed 1,000 theories. A confidant of Yağmur's was overheard saying she needs a breather from the relentless cycle of questioning and defense, that she wants the love they share to feel like home and not a test. Interpreters in the gossip world have labeled Barış's flare-ups as the beginning of a crack, perhaps a small one, but one that shouldn't be ignored. The couple that once kept everything behind a curtain now grapples with this moment in plain view. And the calendar keeps moving, counting down to the night when their separate worlds, his restlessness, her discipline, and Kenan's poise, collide on a screen everyone will be watching. Few stories capture the split between private tenderness and public expectation as sharply as this one does right now. From where we sit, the path forward looks like this. If the series launches and the audience understands the boundaries of the performances, the fear might ease. If not, the chatter may grow teeth. Many remember that at their best, Barış and Yağmur radiate balance, his intensity softened by her calm, her focus warmed by his devotion. This season has pressed hard on that balance. Both of them are talented, both of them care, and both are feeling the squeeze of a spotlight that doesn't blink. For now, Kenan stands apart from the noise, a professional doing what he's always done, showing up prepared. Yağmur brings grace to the chaos, and that is perhaps what drew people to her in the first place. Barış is learning how to love someone whose dreams are big in public, and learning that love is not ownership. Whether they find their way back to the laughter and low whispers that define them will be the question the next few weeks answer. We'll be watching the premiere, the interviews, and the small signals that tell the truth long before statements do. If the early cut is as strong as insiders claim, it will stir the conversation again, for better or worse. And if the two of them choose to stand side by side at that premiere, it would be the clearest message yet that they intend to weather this. If they don't, the speculation will roar back with fresh fuel. Either way, we'll bring you the real story as it unfolds. Thank you for staying with Whispers of Turkish Stars to the end. If you enjoyed the update, remember to subscribe and share so you don't miss what happens next.